7 years ago, I uploaded a video talking about the whimsical possibility of destroying an entire Minecraft console edition sized world. I calculated how long it would take,
and it's 232.1 days just to mine this alone. If you're working 24 hours around the clock and you have someone to take this stuff away from you, if you have someone to give you pickaxes, and you already started with the pickaxes, it would take 232 days.
And basically concluded that no one would ever seriously do this. Little did I know though, not long after recording that video, YouTuber Minfical started precisely this project, and after 5 years of progress, all of which has been uploaded to their YouTube channel, they finally completed it a couple of weeks ago. What you're seeing right now is not a theoretical version of the world, but instead what it actually looks like when you destroy every single block in a Minecraft console edition sized world. This is insane, and of course today I'm going to be showing you that right after we do the generic, hey, have you considered subscribing intro? This is where you can find more Minecraft console specialized videos, but also where, I don't know, rainbows and world peace happens if you hit this button, whereas if you don't, who knows what happens? It could be really bad. Speaking of bad, if you want to know precisely how bad you'd have it, there are a ton of statistics which were collected regarding this world, including the number of dirt blocks, the number of sand blocks, the amount of time spent mining in total, which is horrific really, but the most interesting one to me was the one I'll tease you with, is the number of pickaxes used, which was over 6,000, as well as the number of shovels, which was roughly 1,000 as well. 7,000 tools were depleted in their entirety for this project, which should really show you the scale of it. This is a video from 2017 called Intro to the Project Bedrock Massacre, and as you can see, the entire world is still there, which is kind of impressive to say, but also what's more impressive is the fact that a tiny amount of it has been done. This is just a small portion of the corner, but you can really get a feel for just how big the project is, but also that he knows exactly how long this is going to take, because you can see about 2% of the world has been destroyed, and it's really hard to even imagine how long this small section would have taken. But here's the craziest thing, it goes well past this one section, because every single day, pretty much for the last few years, there are non-stop streams of over 4 or 5, or in some case 6-hour streams of just placing down sand to fill out the ocean, or mining out big 200 by 100 areas to slowly but surely mine out the entire world. The amount of progress that happened over this time is truly commendable. You know, most people can't spend 6 hours on a single Minecraft project, let alone keeping that single Minecraft project going for years and spending that amount of time every single day. However, after these thousands of hours over these 5 years, on September the 3rd of 2022, the inevitable happened, the final block was mined, and this entire 864 by 864 area was flat, besides the stone to make it flat, and also besides all of the structures he'd placed, which includes a lot of chests, because it is all in them, but we'll get to that later. For now, what's much more important to mention is the fact that yes, it is only man-made structures in this world, but let's give you a bit of a tour. I feel like something this big is very hard to really convey, but I want to kind of show you the best I can anyway, so with the help of Minfical, let's show you around what might be the most insane Minecraft console project ever. In fact, I think we can say definitively this is the most insane, or at the very least the most time-consuming Minecraft console project ever completed. And I want to show you all the resources that come from this, but for now, let's do the world tour. You might not think there's a lot to show, but there's a surprising amount of just, I guess, bedrock. But here's the interesting thing about the bedrock. As we try to do these flybys, you're going to notice there's a surprising amount of lag that is going to be involved, because weirdly enough, the way Minecraft Console Edition stores saves means that even though we're looking around an entirely empty world, this should be perfectly optimized. The way the save files work is they change based on the default world. So this is actually the most data change you can make to a Minecraft world, which for some reason leads to the performance dipping, and somehow an empty world causes lag, which is super fun to see. And yeah, if I show you around the place, this is the bedrock, this is the other bedrock, this is some more bedrock, and this is a giant stone brick pyramid. Why does this exist? Well, let's climb to the top and show you. There is one thing in this world which couldn't be entirely destroyed, and that is the end portal. This is also required for what is apparently coming next, the destruction of the end, but there is an end portal which has to exist up here, and so there are these lovely stairs leading up to it. I love this as the inversion of the trope. Usually people destroy down to their end portal, but because this world was destroyed everywhere else, he has to actually build up to to it, which is absolutely beautiful to see. And yeah, if you look around, you can see there's a few more monuments around here. You can see there's some text here. There's some very small things from place to place, including, by the way, this mega beacon, which is found over here, right by all of the rest of the chests. And I guess now probably is the time to mention that because most of this world has been destroyed, it is these chests that truly represent the only thing that is left. The dream from all those years ago that was thought to be impossible of taking an entire limited sized world and putting it into chests is doable and has been done. And yeah, here comes the really fun bit, I guess, which is explaining exactly what is inside these chests. If we give or take a few percentage points to account for, you know, there's always going to happen in a random world, this is roughly the number of resources you can find in your world. Because as we open chest after chest after chest after chest of these dirt blocks, you're going to have to take my word for it that 1,700 does not light a candle to the total amount of dirt found, which was 1.3 million. That is the equivalent of over 800 fully complete individual chests, or 400 double chests, and that goes, you know, that's not the only crazy thing found here. There are also 750,000 sand blocks, 700,000 coal, 200,000 iron, 130,000 lapis, 30,000 gold, and would you like to guess how much redstone was found? You would probably be wrong, because 400,000, almost 500,000 redstone. Really, I mean, that has to be said is absolutely crazy. But you know what else is crazy? The fact that there's a ton of other blocks lying around here, from the mesa biome, the ocean monuments, and just the other weird miscellaneous biomes. There are blocks from those that exist, but the most interesting statistic here is when we dive into the fact that to mine this entire world took about 3,000 hours. Over about 2,000 of those are public, by the way, but the number of blocks mined, when it was calculated out, was about 35 million. And 35 million blocks sounds like a lot to break, but what almost sounds like the bigger hassle is the fact that 5 million blocks of water had to be removed. How do you remove 5 million blocks of water? Well, I'm glad you asked. It takes a lot of sponges. Even though there were not infinite sponges, as you'll find on most worlds, because there are a finite number of ocean monuments in Minecraft Console Edition, these same sponges were used time and time again, 50,000 separate times. Except, again, 50,000 is actually undercounting it because that's the number of dry sponges that were placed. He had to then place those same 50,000 sponges in the nether to dry them out, which means close to 100,000 placements of just the sponge alone. And yeah, the fact that roughly 5 million shovel blocks had to be broken to really just breaks down that this is not a scale of breaking thousands of Minecraft blocks, which is already bigger than most people go for, or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands when you reach mega project scale. This is millions and tens of millions. This isn't even mega project, this is giga project. This is the sort of scale that you can't even really imagine, because as I look around this world, as I really start to see it, it is almost impossible to comprehend. As you try to walk around it, you start to realize very quickly that this was a full world and now it is no more. That is the craziest thing, and I always have to give props to, like, I always appreciated that there was some crazy stuff, things happening in the console edition. I think now that the Bedrock switch has mostly happened, there are lots of Bedrock teams who specifically seek out console players for their talent at building in actual survival. However, I really do think that the other cool thing about console being mostly legit 99% of the time, you know, with very few ways to cheat outside of the game, is it means that, yeah, there are people who put the most dedication in, and you have the proof of, yes, this is just so next level beyond anything else. And the craziest bit, here's the nutty thing, is that when I came along and you know, came to check out the stream for the first time, I learned that this wasn't the end. You might think, wow, this is a great project, now it's complete, what's happening next? Here's the fun fact: their goal is to actually mine out the entire nether and the entire end. I cannot even imagine finishing a 5-year Minecraft project and saying, you know what I want to do? More destruction. But I do have to give power to Minfical for precisely that. This is the craziest, the most epic, the most unbelievable thing which has been done in Minecraft Console Edition, and I hope you enjoyed this quick video telling you exactly what's going down there. And yeah, if this doesn't inspire you for your next mega project, I don't know precisely what will. By the way, speaking of mega projects, I've been streaming a lot more recently. If you want to come check one of those out, I will be leaving a link to it down below, or you can subscribe with notifications turned on, because if you have notifications turned on, you're more likely to see live streams. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter, or I don't know, check community posts or something. I don't know how to announce streams on YouTube. It's very confusing. You either see them or you don't, and so I hope I see you in a future stream. It'll be fun to hang out. But you know what's not fun? The amount of time this took. Seriously, just one more time. Just one last glance around this world before I say thank you for watching. This has been crazy, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.